The history of India. Early on in the second millennium BCE, persistent drought caused the population of the Indus Valley to scatter from large urban centers to villages. Their Vedic period, 1500 to 500 BCE, was marked by the composition of the Vedas, large collections of hymns of these tribes. Most of the Indian subcontinent was conquered by the Maurya Empire during the 4th and 3rd centuries BCE, who would go on to form the Shunga Empire, in the north and northeast of the subcontinent, while the Greco-Bactrian kingdom would claim the northwest, and found the Indo-Greek kingdom. During this classical period, various parts of India were ruled by numerous dynasties, including the 4th–6th centuries CE Gupta Empire. This period, witnessing a Hindu religious and intellectual resurgence, is known as the Classical or Golden Age of India. During this period, aspects of Indian civilization, administration, culture, and religion, Hinduism and Buddhism, spread to much of Asia, while kingdoms in southern India had maritime business links with the Middle East and the Mediterranean. Southern India saw the rise of multiple imperial powers from the middle of the 5th century, most notably the Chalukya, Chola, Pallava, Chera, Pandyan, and Western Chalukya empires. This period also saw the emergence of several powerful Hindu states, notably Vijayanagara and Rajput states, such as Mewar. From the mid-18th century to the mid-19th century, large regions of India were gradually annexed by the East India Company, a chartered company acting as a sovereign power on behalf of the British government. Dissatisfaction with company rule in India led to the Indian Rebellion of 1857, which rocked parts of North and Central India, and led to the dissolution of the company. Later, the All India Muslim League would advocate for a separate Muslim-majority nation-state. The British Indian Empire was partitioned in August 1947 into the Dominion of India and Dominion of Pakistan, each gaining its independence. Then, intermittently, sometime between 60,000 and 80,000 years ago, tiny groups of them began to enter the northwest of the Indian subcontinent. The Bronze Age in the Indian subcontinent began around 3300 BCE. Along with ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley region was one of 3 early cradles of civilization of the Old World. The civilization was primarily centered in modern-day Pakistan, in the Indus River Basin, and secondarily in the Ghaggar-Hakra River Basin in eastern Pakistan and northwestern India. The mature Indus civilization flourished from about 2600 to 1900 BCE, marking the beginning of urban civilization on the Indian subcontinent. Inhabitants of the ancient Indus River Valley, the Harappans, developed new techniques in metallurgy and handicraft, carniole products, seal carving, and produced copper, bronze, lead, and tin. The Vedic culture was located in part of northwest India, while other parts of India had a distinct cultural identity during this period. At the end of the Rigvedic period, the Aryan Society began to expand from the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent, into the western Ganges plain. For instance, the Mahabharata may have been based on a small-scale conflict, possibly about 1000 BCE, which was eventually transformed into a gigantic epic war by bards and poets. 300 BCE witnessed the rise of the Mahajanapadas, 16 powerful and vast kingdoms and oligarchic republics. Many of the 16 kingdoms had coalesced into 4 major ones by 500–400 BCE, by the time of Gautama Buddha. Magadha formed one of the 16 Mahajanapadas, Sanskrit, great realms, or kingdoms in ancient India. Magadha expanded to include most of Bihar and Bengal with the conquest of Lakavi and Unga respectively, 110, followed by much of eastern Uttar Pradesh and Orissa. Early sources, from the Buddhist Pali Canon, the Jainagamas and the Hindu Puranas, mention Magadha being ruled by the Pradyo dynasty and Haryanka dynasty, c. King Bimbisara of the Haryanka dynasty led an active and expansive policy, conquering Unga in what is now eastern Bihar and West Bengal. During this period, Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, lived much of his life in Magadha kingdom.